Welcome to Colinton Tunnel, Scotland's longest mural. It's in honour of it being a former railway tunnel. The first piece of artwork is indeed a train. I'm going to hazard a guess that it is indeed the Pug of Balerno, but it does look like Thomas the Tank Engine. Wow. Colinton Tunnel was built in 1874 and its purpose was to connect Edinburgh to Balerno and all the mills in between. So it was built with industry in mind, but rather endearingly, the residents of Edinburgh started to use it to get to the countryside, and it fondly became known as the picnic line, which I think is a great wee piece of history. Sadly, in the 1920s, because of the popularity of buses and trams, the train line became less popular. Inevitably, the train line was closed to the public in the 40s and only used for freight trains, and eventually that would also close for industry in the 1960s, and the tunnel would be bricked up. But when the River of Leith Walkway was created in 1980, the tunnel was given a new lease of life as a pedestrian tunnel. A lick of paint, lights, and even a mural. A mural of the Balerno Pug, which used to be the train that ran on the line. But 40 years after that initial refurbishment, time passes on and the tunnel got dark, dingy and in disrepair. Not a great place to be, and it was an uncomfortable place to walk. Yeah.
History has a habit of repeating itself. A second mural was designed and underway before COVID-19 halted the world. The artwork was finally completed in 2021, led by artist Chris Rutherford, who painted a great deal of the illustrations with help from locals, including many school children, making it a real community effort. Rutherford won the commission by proposing more than just visuals. He offered a story based on a poem by legendary Edinburgh writer Robert Louis Stevenson, famous for novels such as Treasure Island and The Strange Case of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. You feel a stark contrast as you leave the natural surroundings of the River of Leith and you enter the old man-made tunnel, but you feel invited in by the spray-painted illustrations and colours adorned on the walls and overhead as you realise there's a story unfolding on your left as you walk from the west entrance towards the east. I said history has repeated, but the project has also learned from past mistakes, and there will be ongoing funding and maintenance to ensure the tunnel never returns to the dark.
Here is a tramp who stands and gazes. This is probably my favourite bit. You can see there's a homage to Vincent van Gogh, another talented artist. A bit of a starry night. So we're approaching what I think is the cleverest piece of work here. Now it's off the author of the poem that the tunnel has been based on, and that's Robert Louis Stevenson. Wait till you see this. Now what I think is really clever about this is it's not just Robert Louis Stevenson sat in a train writing some artwork, having a coffee, quite like a coffee, but what is the cleverest part of the detail is, if you look, there's actually full versions of his poetry. Good luck reading some of it, it's upside down. But some of it's the right way up. And now let's take another peek. Says Ellen, he led the northeastern fringe of the, looking out between the, can't read that one because it's covered by his coffee. I like coffee less now. But we can read the full swing. How do you like to go up in a swing? Up in the air so blue. Oh, I do think it's a pleasant thing, ever a child can do. Up in the air and over the wall, till I can see so wide. River and trees and cattle and all, over the countryside. I just think that's so clever and so smart. I think that's a great idea.
From a railway carriage. by Robert Louis Stevenson. Faster than fairies, faster than witches, bridges and houses, hedges and ditches, and charging along like troops in a battle, all through the meadows the horses and cattle, all of the sights of the hill and the plain, fly as thick as driving rain, and ever again in the wink of an eye, painted stations whistle by. Here is a child who clambers and scrambles, all by himself in gathering brambles. Here is a tramp who stands and gazes, and there is the green for stringing the daisies. Here is a cart run away in the road, lumping along with man and load. And here is a mill and there is a river, each a glimpse and gone forever.
Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine for you. Look how they shine. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And all the things that you do.